Hi, my name is David. Today we're going to do number 1323, maximum 69 number, and we're going to be solving this LeetCode problem in JavaScript. So in this problem, we are given a number, and it wants us to return the maximum number we can do with that input number by changing at most one digit. So either 1 6 become a 9 or 1 9 becomes a 6. So if we look in this example, we see that if we change the 6 to a 9 here, this is the maximum number we can return by changing one number. And here, if we change the 6 here, this is the maximum number. And then here, we don't have to change anything to get the maximum number. So it's at most 1, so it doesn't have to be 1. So pretty much the trick here is that the first 6 we see in this on the left side, we want to change it to a 9. So how can we solve this is that we want to iterate through this number, but the trick here is that it's in an integer. So we want to convert this into a string and into array, and each one of being a string. Because we're going to have to convert it to a string, because when we join it back to a integer, we can't join the if it's an array of integers, we can't really join that back together. We're going to have to convert it back to a string and then join it and then convert it back to an integer. So we can just do it right in the beginning. So here's what I mean. So first step is that you want to create an array num with each number being a string. Now after that, we want to loop through array num, and then if the current num is a 6, change it to 9. And then we want to do it only once, so we want to break out. So break, and then after that, so it's going to be an array of strings. Now we can join it together and then parse it to an int. So join the array num to string, parse the string to a number. We can just do an integer and then return integer. Great. So here we can create the array. So const array num equals. So we're gonna have to change this to a string and also to an array. So we can do array dot from num dot to string. So this is converting this to a string, and then this is going to get an array from it. So we can console log it. See here, this is the input. So now we have a string and inside an array. So now we can loop through this. So for let I equals 0, I less than array num dot length I plus plus. So if this value is a 6, we want to change to a 9. So if array num index I is equal to a 6 as a string, because you can see here it's all string, we want to change it to a 9. Array num I is equal to a 9. Now we want to break out. Great. So if we can console log it again. So one of them should have changed of the first 6. So we see that 6 is 9. So now the problem is that the format of it needs to change. So we need to loop through this and join it as a string. So we can do array num dot join, and we can just wrap that around a console log so you can see what happens there. So it's here, and now we can parse it to a number like that. I know it looks the same, but if you would have done the type of, it would have gotten a string. And now we can just simply, instead of console logging it, we can just return it. And this is a shorthand indicator to parse it. Great. We got it. So now the time and space complexity. So since we are looping through this num to create the array and then to loop it through, it's going to be ov, and where n is the size of num, and then the space complexity. So since we're creating this array as well from it, the size of it is also going to depend on num. So it's also going to be ov n, where n is the size of num. And that's it. That's how you solve this problem. Thank you so much.